Hellraiser. So Hellraiser is a brand new reboot on Hulu, and it is about a young woman who must confront the sadistic supernatural forces behind an enigmatic puzzle box responsible for her brother's disappearance. All right. So I recently, just now, very recently, I uploaded and I posted my review for my thoughts on the Hellraiser franchise. Go check it out on my YouTube channel. And I heard that they were making a Hellraiser movie, and I saw the trailer, and I was like, okay, this looks okay. Like this could, it has a higher budget. Unlike Judgment and unlike Judgment and Revelations, this movie has a higher. It looks like this, from the trailers. Judging by the trailers, it looks like this has a higher budget. We have a new cast of characters, and we have a new Pinhead. That's right. I didn't even notice it. I didn't notice that. I didn't notice or realize that. Oh my God, this is not. This is a female Pinhead. This is not like the male Pinhead. This is the female. This is a female Pinhead, and she is played by Jamie Clayton, who I thought did a tremendous job. And I just, if there's one nitpick, I mean, I'm already getting to it, but if there is one nitpick I have with this movie, it would be like I want to see more of her, because I thought she did her a very original. She did her own very own original take on the character of Pinhead, and I know there's going to be a lot of people who's going to be comparing her portrayal, her interpretation, with the classic, iconic Doug Bradley's, and Doug Bradley will always be. He is, for me, he will always be Pinhead. But hey, at least, hey, Jamie Clayton, at least her Pinhead is 100 times, thousands of times better than 100,000 times better than fucking whoever the actor playing Pinhead in Revelations and Judgment. That was just absolute garbage. But anyway, there was a lot going on there was a lot going on. There were plans for a Hellraiser remake all the way back, years. We're talking years. October 2007. And Clive Barker, who directed the original Hellraiser movie, would be producing would be producing the reboot. And we got some other crew members writing the script. There were some other producers added to it. But there were some issues with the release of following the release of Revelations, securing the rights of it. And a lot of the people, let's just say a lot of the people were supposed to be involved were they dropped out, including a prequel and a new chapter in the series. And the film was finally greenlit in early 2019, with David Buckner directing it, with a new script, and that would be more adhere and more closely to the source material than the original film. So yes, that's the big takeaway. So this film is more, it's following the original source material, and I believe that what they meant by that is that this is not a reboot of the original. This is not a reboot of the original Hellraiser movie. This is a second. It's more of a second adaptation, another adaptation of the novel which was the source material for both this and the rest of the movies in this franchise. So yeah. And I think I mentioned it in my review when I was reviewing all of the Hellraiser movies in the franchise. I'm not gonna pretend. Listen, guys, I'm not gonna pretend that I know that I've myself read the novel or the comics. There is Hellraiser comics, by the way. I didn't even know about that too. So I'm just getting all my information on the internet. So, just me being completely honest with you. I'm not going to pretend like, oh, yes, I know exactly what happened in the novel. Yeah, this happens in the novel. What they did in this movie is inaccurate. I'm not going to be that type of person, I'm not, I haven't read it. So. But I will say, the first three, actually, you know what? Fuck it. The first four Hellraiser movies I thought were not bad. They were decent. I really liked the second one. Hellbound is still my favorite Hellraiser movie. This, I would say that I might be getting a lot of hate for saying this, but I would actually prefer this movie over the original one. I know. I just there's something about this movie. I don't know. Maybe like I got to think about that. Really, I got to think about it. But like, it's just something about this movie. Really, like, I felt like they really went for it. You know what I mean? Which is something like the original one. I felt like they didn't really do. I don't know I don't know the best way to describe it really. But yeah, it's just, I thought, Jamie Clayton, like, she was like chilling, and especially her voice. I don't know, like, the audio department, they, modulated her voice to make it more, haunting and, let me fix my headphones for a second. Okay, so back to what I was saying. Sorry about that. I was just fixing my headphones. I thought Jamie Clayton, what they did with her voice and the way she, the way she was talking and the way it's just, I loved it. I loved it. Like I said, a nitpick. I just wanted to see more of her. I'd rather see more Pinhead than I do with the human characters, but we need to, I guess, we need to have the human characters in there. And the main characters, let's talk about that. So you got like this main, so you got the main protagonist, her name is Riley. She's a young woman who's struggling with a severe drug addiction. And then she has, she's living with she has this she has she has this boyfriend. She has this brother who has his own boyfriend, who's gay and has his own boyfriend, and like they're all like living. They are like this group is what the movie revolves around, and one by one, they start getting cut. They start getting Pinhead starts going after them, So, yeah, I guess the one thing I didn't like, I mean, this is a perfect, I don't want to push things too far. This is not like this is not a masterpiece, all right? This is not a masterpiece of a film. It's not going to win anything. Come on. It's not going to win anything. But I would prefer, but you know what? I'm going to add this movie with the rest of I would put this all the way at the top of the list of the Hellraiser franchise. So, you got Hellraiser, Hellbound, Hell on Earth, most kind of Bloodline, why not? And then this rebooted one. So you got like really good. So you got 5 really good to like decent Hellraiser films. The rest of them are just shit. The rest of them, yeah, the rest are just absolute garbage. So there are some, brutal death scenes. I will say this: the first act, the first act, it takes a while to to open the box and to get introduced to the Cenobites and Pinhead. It felt a little bit slow. So yeah, that's one issue I have with this film. Um, that plus, like I said already, I wanted to see more Pinhead. That's just a nitpick. It's not really an issue with the film. But let me think. Am I missing something? Am I forgetting something? I don't think I am. I'm just glad like the girl, like Riley's, her boyfriend isn't like a complete douchebag. But oh, I just remembered. Yeah, I just remembered. There is a little twist. Like there is a twist like near the end of the film, maybe like the end of the second act, beginning of the third act. That was so predictable. Like, oh, I can't believe they did this. This sweet, this rug pull underneath. And I was like, this is so predictable. There is a twist near the end of the film that feels so predictable. You've seen it so many times in countless of movies. They've already done it before. This is no different. Come on. And I was actually starting to like this person. Did I say who it was? No, I don't think so. But anyway, yeah, that's all I have to say with Hellraiser, this reboot. It's right up there. It's like one of the best Hellraiser movies. Definitely check it out on Hulu. So yeah, part of me wanted this movie to be released in theaters, kind of like Prey. I don't want Prey. Like Prey and Hellraiser are two like really good, like very decent, very decent to good horror movies that I wish they would have released in theaters. But you know what, whatever. They're both Hulu original horror films, and I'm okay with it. I'm okay. You need those subscribers, I guess. Speaking of subscribe, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for taking your time to listening to my review, and I will see all of you lovely people really soon.